Gather round, it's Friday night. Time to sip and feel alright. Turn on the screen, the show's begun. Whiskey Wisdom, let's have some fun. From bourbon to rye, every glass. Stories told with a touch of class. Pour a drink, let's raise it high. Whiskey Wisdom, reach for the sky. Whiskey Wisdom, Friday nights, where the spirits and stories ignite. Tune in live, feel the vibe. Whiskey Wisdom, come take a ride. Friends and strangers side by side, sharing laughs and tasting pride. From old-time tales to modern lore, Whiskey Wisdom, come take a ride. Friends and strangers side by side, sharing laughs and tasting pride. From old-time tales to modern lore, Whiskey Wisdom, come take a ride. In the amber glow, we find our way through the history and tales we say. Every drop a memory made. Whiskey Wisdom never fades. So here's to the nights we won't forget. With friends and whiskey, no regrets. Whiskey Wisdom, our weekly delight. See you next Friday, same time, same light.
Hangs on the mic, let the amp churn. Maker drinks flowing, barrels rolling through. Rusty little nuts funkin' like a midnight blue. Max in the corner, guitar wailing high. Pookie's in the crowd with that wild eye. Daddy laughs, loud shots echo the sound. Sean Ruckman's here, we're hellbound. Whiskey Wisdom nights, we're riding high. Pookie's in the crowd with that wild eye. Danny laughs, loud shots echo the sound. Sean Ruckman's here, we're hellbound. Whiskey Wisdom nights, riding high. Rock and roll, thunder up to the sky. Old friends, good vibes, it's all we need. On Whiskey Wisdom nights, we're freed. Barrel days, drumsticks hit the groove. Pounding heartbeat that makes us move. Lost in the music, nothing matters outside. In this moment, man, we all collide. Electric riffs, melting faces in steel. Dave Vogel sings voice raw like real. Baker drinks, toasting to the stars above. Rusty little nuts rolling full of love. Whiskey Wisdom nights, riding high. Rock and roll, thunder up to the sky. Old friends, good vibes, it's all we need. All the Whiskey Wisdom nights, we're freed. Whiskey Wisdom nights, riding high. Rock and roll, thunder up to the sky. Old friends, good vibes, it's all we need. All the Whiskey Wisdom nights, we're freed. All days, drumsticks hit the groove. Pounding heartbeat that makes us move. Lost in the music, nothing matters outside. In this moment, man, we all collide. Lift your wisdom nights, wailing high. Pookie's in the crowd with that wild eye. Danny laughs, loud shots echo the sound. Sean Ruckman's here, we're hellbound. Whiskey Wisdom nights, riding high. Rock and roll, thunder up to the sky. Old friends, good vibes, it's all we need. All the Whiskey Wisdom nights, we're free. All the Whiskey Wisdom nights, we're free.
love that intro.
Well-
Although, what is a wild eye? I guess I gotta start working on that since that's our new intro. Is it like,
The Pookie's Wild Eye.
like, okay, some sort of problem.
What's
That's
up?
my wild eye.
That's right. What's up, guys? Are we too loud? Everybody let us know if our volume's okay. I mean, let's just get that out of the way. Happy Friday, everybody. So glad to be back. A little bit rusty here. And
I'm only gone like 1 week.
we're gone 1 week, already rusty
Holiday.
as all get out. I literally went to go click on like the main, like to go to the main camera and almost hit end broadcast. That's how rusty we are. That would have been really, 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 really bad. We have an awesome show. I'm going to catch up on chat in a minute. I know the chat's going pretty wild here. We are way behind on chat. Chill Rocco's here. I will catch up on that in just a second. Let me get through all the housekeeping stuff real quick. The Baker's charity stream. So not last week, but the week before, we did all the drawings for that. If you missed it, or if you weren't aware it happened, I pinned the spreadsheet to the top of the chat. Okay. So go check it, see if you won, and if you did, there should be an email there of who to contact to get your prize. Randy Larond, he won a bottle from us. I have no idea who he is. I can't find him, haven't heard from him. I've asked a bunch of people if anybody knows him. Nobody knows him. So mystery Randy Larond, if you're out there,
Contact us. We have something for you.
we owe you a bottle, buddy. So anyway, so check out the thing. Oh, demonetization. Oh my God, I didn't get this set up. That's amazing. Okay, I'm skipping that topic for now. I'll talk about it next week. We had another issue with YouTube.
Welcome to YouTube.
Boy, was it a doozy. But it's fixed. I don't want to like clickbait anybody. Like everything's fine. There's no problems. It was just very annoying, and I meant to set it up, but as usual, we're way behind, running around like with our
Chickens
heads.
like a head. Chickens.
Oh yeah, you screwed it up too.
You got me all like.
I don't know what it is.
Chickens like their head cut off.
Dude,
I can't see it now.
You faded out like halfway in that sentence. I don't know what it is.
I would say something, but I'm gonna hold my tongue.
Is it chickens or roosters?
Chickens.
So it's
Their
not
head
rooster
cut-
head
no.
cut off? It's chickens?
Chickens with their head cut off.
Okay. Chicken running around like chickens with
their
their head cut off? Is that it?
Yes.
God, like a
sky is
chicken with its
falling.
head cut off. Thank you, Jen. Boom. There we go. All right, appreciate that, Jen. All right, show guest tonight. We have Jonathan Harris from Westward Whiskey, on the show. Looking forward to this conversation. And hang in there. There's a little surprise twist at the very end of the interview, so check that out. We're actually going to bring him on first as soon as I get through all this stuff, as soon as I stop flapping my gums. Your camera makes me feel drunk.
Yeah, that's for us too.
Wait, why is it doing that?
I don't know. Maybe it's your shirt.
Is it focusing on this?
I don't know. My shirt.
Why is there always something weird?
It's like pulsating.
Oh, I think that fixed it. I think that's what it was.
That's weird.
Yeah, that was
I thought
weird.
It was your shirt.
No, you know what I can? No, okay, all right. I think it's fixed. Is it fixed, guys? There's always something. Every time it's something new. Okay, it's fixed. It must have been trying to focus on the rum chata White Russians.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, so looking forward to talking with him. Merch stores live, WhiskeyWisdom.store, Whiskey Wisdom Files. We have an episode tonight. Now, a couple weeks ago, or a month ago maybe, it was a while ago. It was a while ago.
A while
It was a
ago.
minute. We talked about how we now have like a lawyer on retainer, and this one here got in a little bit of trouble. It's all resolved.
That's a kicker.
We'll let them decide. We'll let the chat decide. Pookie here got in a little trouble. She almost got arrested, but it's done. Court case is done, and I FOIA requested everything. I got the body cam. We'll go through that tonight. Chat can tell me if you think she's guilty or innocent. Y'all let me know. So we'll talk about it. I've heavily edited the video because I had a different intention with the video that I created,
you did.
and this one actually made me not do it.
Yeah,
So I've heavily edited it so we can enjoy it tonight. All right.
Not a
Only
lot,
Drams. If you don't follow
I'm
some,
gangster now, yeah. Don't mess with me.
That's right.
I'm
If you have,
my wild eye.
that's right, her wild eye. If you have Only Drams on Android and iPhone now, get it. If you don't, you can start scanning all your bottles. Follow us on Only Drams, Whiskey Wisdom, no space. Also, I sent a bottle of the Whiskey Wisdom Echoes single barrel to Trenton at SLB Drinks. I'm waiting to hear back if he likes it, and if he does, I told him that I'd give away one on his show. So we'll see where that goes. He hasn't responded to that yet, so we'll see. Okay, raffle. Oh, raffle. Hang on, let me get the raffle going here. Where is my scroll text?
I think we're still having pulsating issues.
Is it still pulsating?
I think it's your shirt.
Okay, you know what I can do? Hang on, I can fix
We're gonna
this.
test this. We have a backup shirt.
No. We're not doing a backup shirt. Are you kidding me?
Just put like something sticker on.
No, I just turned autofocus off, so I just can't do any of the bottle moves now. I don't know why it's doing that. That's brand new problem, but I'm not.
To RJ, no shirt.
Yeah, I'm not going to troubleshoot it right now because we don't have enough time. Okay, so only drink. Talk about that. Oh, so the raffle. So okay, here's the raffle for tonight, guys. It is a 2 ounce of short barrel 144. This bad boy right here, which I can't hold to the camera anymore. The hazmat. It is a 2 ounce of Weller Full Proof Store Pick. 2 ounce of Whiskey Wisdom Echoes 12-year 131.4 bottle, and a 1 ounce of JD12 Batch 10. Also, we're going to do 2 spins for the $5 raffle. The second spin, whoever's left on the wheel, has a chance to win an Eagle Rare bottle. All right? So 2 things. So first spin is going to be for the flight. This is for the $5 chat. Super chats, and then the second spin will be for the Eagle Rare. So you got 2 chances to win something. All right, so there you go. So that's what this 2 super chat things are tonight. Crossword. We're gonna do a crossword puzzle again. I have like new music for the crossword puzzle. It's like we're doing crosswords. We're drinking whiskey. It's so fucking awesome.
You had way too much fun with AI.
So AI music is amazing. That all the stuff you just heard was all AI music from Suno, suno.ai. It's $10 a month. So worth it. You can create your own lyrics.
You made one for our kid.
Dude, I was up till like 3 in the morning playing with it. And then the cool thing too is you can actually sing into like a microphone and it will like AI your voice into the song. Oh, it's so awesome. Really cool. It's so fun. Anyways, okay, so crossword puzzle, 2 ounce, 2 ounces of some of our whiskey. Kahoot game is Animal Superpowers, 2 ounces of our whiskey, and we're doing a free raffle, which by the way, I can go ahead and start right now. The code, or the to enter, it's Westward whiskey, Westward whiskey. If you want to enter in the free raffle, that's for 2 ounces of our whiskey too. Our Patreon is back, by the way. I revived it. It was gone. I had some people. Well, there was people of all places in RJ's Discord. They were hounding me to bring it back, and I was like, you know what? I will bring it back. So our Discord, our Patreon is back. If you're so interested in checking out our Patreon,
and Instagram is back.
And Instagram's back too. I'll start bringing back more of the Patreon stuff too. But all right, that is all the stuff. Our show cocktail tonight is the Rum Chata White Russian. Do you think it's going to be good or bad?
I don't know. It's been a minute since I've had one.
When have you ever had a Rum Chata White Russian?
I've had White Russian.
All right, cheers.
White Russian.
All right, there we go. Are you doing straw or are you doing full lips on the glass? What are you doing?
Are you doing neat or not? Unneat.
Ooh, I really like that. That's really good. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All right, let me try to catch up on chat while she's drinking that, if this is going to be even possible. Ooh. Wow, the buffer is just totally gone.
Wow, that is so good.
That is good, right?
Like if restaurants had this is all I would drink.
Tastes really
out
good.
to eat. This is really good.
Jeff Castle's here. Hey, Jeff Castle. Hey, Mr. Vogelsang. Vogelsang's already got some of the bottles that we're going to be talking about in the Bourbon News today. Gandy Road, love you, buddy. You were in the intro. Hope you like that, Gandy. Doc's here. What's up, Doc? Mike Brock's here. Jen Clifton, my favorite Southern Californian chick, is here. Rusty's here. What's up, Rusty? My favorite Alabama. Well, I don't know. Sean lives in Alabama, too, so I can't say that. Y'all are tied.
You're playing favorites here. It's like which child's your favorite child?
They're all my favorite. Life from the Patio is here. What's up? Old Fashioned Ways. Whiskey Carlos is here. What's up, Carlos? Bourbon Bitch is here. Haven't seen you in a minute. Chill Rocco's here. Torp Hold is here. Loving that Bitcoin. Russ L is here. Thank you guys. Brett DeBauer, Mike Brock. Baker Drinks is here. What's up, Laura? I assume Troy's with you. Hazmat's here. I think I already mentioned Hazmat. I'm kind of repeating things. Bourbon Nerd LFTP from the patio is here as well. Am I missing anybody? Wait, Jeff Drinks? Is that a new? Oh, that's Bourbon and Balls. Okay. What's up? Seemed like that was a new name for a second there. Taylor's here. What's up, Taylor? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else?
Anybody out there?
Anybody else?
Bueller.
Oh, here's one. Budget Barbecue. What's up, Budget Barbecue? I have not seen that name before. At least I don't think I have. Straight Up Sips is here. What's up, Straight Up Sips? Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoyed y'all's little stream the other night. Troy is here. What's up, Troy? Randy Laron, I'm pretty sure he is from Louisiana. No idea how to get a hold of him. Yeah, I don't know.
Seems
I don't
like
know.
we're just stuck.
Tater Dom is here. What's up, Tater Dom? Shadow 51. B Factor's here. Dollar Bill Will. I think I mentioned that already. My goodness, the chat. This is insane. Okay, we're never gonna get through this chat.
If
guys,
you didn't answer anything, just
yeah, guys,
chat again.
I love all of you, but holy cow. Okay, let me try to go through some of the super chats here. So what is it? July 12th.
It is July 12th.
So we got Rusty with $10 with no comment. Thank you, sir. Troy, take that shirt off and show the moves. Not happening, Troy. Drizzo, 107. I don't know, Jeff. What does that mean? 107th place. Tater Dom with the Eagle comment. Whiskey Corner, boom, I'm in. Bourbon Syndicate, again, good Lord, keep that shirt on. All right, well, you just got canceled out, Troy. Sorry, buddy. Jeff Drinks, cheers. Bourbon Bitch, another $5 donation from Bourbon Bitch. She seems to win a lot on the $5 donations. With no comment, thank you, Bourbon Bitch. Doc, looking forward to tonight. Thank you, Doc, for the 22, his favorite number. Jeff, Bourbon Nerd, Delight from the Patio. Cheers, $10 donation. Thank you, sir.
Oh, we got our haiku.
Oh, Barrel Dave. Barrel Dave's haiku. I love his haikus. I'm so glad Barrel Dave's back. I've missed him so much. I actually asked RJ the other day if he was alive. I hadn't heard from him in so long. All right, here we go. In a world of whiskey and song, an AI sang. Wait, an AI sang all day long. Okay. Oh, there we go.
I can't read today.
Dude, I'm so
Go
blind.
back to school.
Bourbon flowed, whiskey bestowed, and the mash bills danced along. I'm totally gonna turn that into like a
lyrics.
I'm gonna.
He should go back to all his haikus and make AI song. That would be so fun.
Barrel Dave, next week we're doing.
I always think of creative.
I'm gonna do like a super heavy metal theme, and it's gonna be all your haikus. We're gonna see what AI comes up with. It's gonna be awesome. I did one for my son. We did this little kid song, and it was like, "Mommy loves you, Hudson," and I turned it. I was like heavy metal, death metal, and it was like, "No, no, no," and Hudson was like, "Fuck yeah!" It was awesome.
It was so fun.
Shadow 51. Matt, keep it on. All right, you guys are losing. Trust me, y'all. This ain't coming off. I promise you. Nobody wants that anyways. Jen Clifton, thank you, Jen, with the $5 super chat. Love the Mr. and Mrs. WhiskeyWisdom. Appreciate that. And Gandy Road, I made an intro song. Well, I'll have my agent call your agent.
Our people talk to your people.
Oh, people talk to you. Okay, I think we're caught up on all super chats and a bunch of chats. So let's bring on Mr. Jonathan Harris. All right, hang on. Let's get your you got your headphones ready here. Wish us the best of luck on. I'm going to turn off the scroll text while we're talking to him, by the way. Man, I really hope this works. Here we go. Jonathan Harris coming in. Work.
No, we've had sideways. We've had sideways. We've had all
kinds of things. Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Oh, wait. Hang on. I know what's wrong. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Say something again, Jonathan.
Hello.
Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
Okay.
We're good.
We're good. Let's talk with Mr. Jonathan Harris. You ready, buddy? Okay, cool. Hang on, let me bring this over here. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, man, that was really worrying me for a minute. I couldn't get the camera on. All right. Oh, man, so unprofessional. Don't even have my little notes ready. Jeez. All right, sir, thank you so much for joining us. I love the backdrop. We did a little test a little while ago, and I thought that was, what do you think that is right there? What's your first guess?
That's a bridge off the Mississippi.
Of course, she says bridge. I thought it was a roller coaster. I thought it was like the little. Yeah, okay. I'm an idiot. All right, look, I thought it was a roller coaster.
You're not traveled.
Portland
is
one of Portland's many names is Bridge City.
Bridge
so
City.
we're just absolutely covered in them.
That's too funny. All right, well now I know that it's not a roller coaster. I literally thought he was at a theme park. He's like, I'm taking some time out of my roller coaster riding to do this.
Oh, Lord, that's funny.
All right, so Jonathan Harris from Westward Whiskey. Westward, God, man. Whiskey began, yeah, I know, I'm so rusty, 2 decades ago with a vision. I got a little intro here about Westward. to reach the pinnacle of American whiskey. This is from y'all's little website, by the way. From humble beginnings to its impressive footprint today, creating a bold, robust, and delicious whiskey has remained their team's true passion. Embracing the values of the American Northwest, they're elevating American whiskey by forging their own path with their place, their people, and their process. I'm honored to introduce Mr. Jonathan Whiskey, one of those people tonight, whiskey educator, event coordinator, and cocktail specialist, Jonathan Harris. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing really well. Can everybody hear Jonathan okay, by the way, before we get into this interview too much? So why don't you take a moment while the missus and I enjoy this little weird cocktail and let everybody know like what your current role is and what your responsibilities are at Westward.
Yeah, absolutely. So currently I'm the head of education and partnerships. It's a very vague title, meaning that I basically get to drink and talk whiskey for a living. So it's anything from I teach whiskey education and cocktail education to consumers and professionals. And then I get to do media appearances, get to do a lot of traveling and training with accounts kind of around the U.S. So
do you like doing a lot of traveling or no?
I do. Yeah, I'm at that point where I can I'm having a very good time with it. So I'm bopping around. I went to DC and Austin recently. There are worse ways to see the world than through the lens of whiskey. So
yeah. Okay, Rusty, I just turned his down and turned mine up. So let me know if that's better. I guess it's not, if you're really passionate about what you do and you love doing this, then is it really work? And plus, you're drinking whiskey all day, right? Yeah. So how bad could it possibly be?
Yeah.
It's not too terrible. The worst thing I can say is that, I'm constantly working, if you can look at it that way. But,
Yeah.
there are many worse things to be doing than just talking whiskey to people, drinking whiskey, learning about it.
See, I would love to be able to do that, like come down into the basement and have my wife say, "What are you doing?" And I could legitimately say, "I'm working." That's what I'm doing
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's just like, "You're so brave. Thank you for providing for the family."
Yeah, exactly. All right, hang on. We're having some people in the chat are saying the audios are a little bit weird. Okay, so now they're saying you're too low. Okay, all right. Jonathan, can you say something again real quick?
Yes. Can everyone hear me?
All right, and this is my volume. How's the volume now, guys? Before we move on, make sure this is good. I gotta wait for a couple W's in the chat.
Make sure everybody can hear everybody. Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. All right, so you mentioned once that Westward is an American whiskey that's trying to break out of the bourbon mold. Okay, actually, I caught that when you were talking with the bakers. So can you elaborate on that and highlight like what Westward is trying to do to be different in this space?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it becomes a tough thing because bourbon is very much when people hear American whiskey, they think bourbon. So when we kind of sought to make a whiskey of the West Coast, and we straight away, like the only reason why bourbon became a thing is because there wasn't enough single malt on the East Coast to keep making single malt. Uh-huh. And but once you get out here to the West Coast, like not only is there plentiful barley, it's really great brewing barley, great brewing culture, as well as like perfect aging conditions for whiskey that we have feeling all of the different seasons here. So essentially, we wanted to do what whiskey has always done and adapt it to where it's being made. The reason why people think of Islay Scotch as smoky is because of they didn't have enough timber to fire up their kilns to malt their barley. The only reason why bourbon became a thing is there wasn't enough barley on the East Coast. So what is the form of whiskey at its highest form in the Pacific Northwest? And we found our kind of hybrid process is that form. So it's it's really simple when you think about it, because it's we're leaning into all of the things. So we think of minimal distilling but high quality. So it's like grain, wood, yeast, water, and time. And luckily in Portland we have kind of abundance of all those things.
Yeah.
So as long as we're paying attention to each one of those things. But to put it very simply, when American single malt started cropping up as well, we were one of the early, the first people kind of innovating and creating this new style of whiskey. There are some people who replicate the style of something like a Scotch. American single malt kind of leaves it open for interpretation like that. We wanted to make something very new. It's a hybrid style where we focus very much on, what's raised in Oregon. So we're brewing like a pale ale, so we're using really nice high-end brewer's yeast. But we are distilling like a single malt, so we're using all two-row malted barley, but then we're aging like a bourbon. So that's why we're still, it's still easygoing. You're still getting that kind of like American kind of caramely vanilla touch that you'd get from a new barrel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so on our news segment on the show, we've talked about several articles that have mentioned that the single malts are like one of the fastest growing in the bourbon space right now. And they said that it's on par for being like the first new classification, like official classification in the U.S. pretty soon. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, since the 80s, which is really fun. It's been a cool process to be a part of. Westward being one of the founders of the American Single Malt Commission. But I think it's also, Westward is, I don't want to say bigger than that. I think we don't want to be just beholden to the idea of comparison to other American single malts. We love being compared, but we ultimately are a premium American whiskey, and we want to be put up against the greats because I think in the end, taste is one of the things that truly matter, and Westward's not lacking in there. So
there you go. All right. Well, speaking of that, what you got in your Double Rocks glass there? Is it something Westward?
Yes, it is. I knew it was going to happen as well. This is something that actually Master Blender Miles turned me on to, which is this is a split Pinot and Stout finish Westward.
Nice.
So we call it like a chocolate covered fig, basically.
Wow.
That sounds amazing.
Well, you also you asked what Westward is trying to do differently, and I talked a lot about, our ethos and pathos, but truth be told, when it comes down to taste, we noticed a lot of American whiskeys are a really good American whiskey leans into great barrel tones. So you're getting really good wood tones. You're getting nice vanillas, nice caramels. I've heard several people describe the percentage at what they're thinking of barrel as, their flavor profile being upwards of like 80%. We noticed what was missing from a lot of American whiskeys is that nice stone fruit, is that more floral, that more kind of herbaceous tone. And so we really wanted to lean into some of those kind of like more, these more delicate tones to balance out with that nice sweetness when it comes to the barrel tones. So
yeah.
And with a drink like this, mixing our two kind of like main finishes that we do with our stout finish and our Pinot Noir finish, kind of creates a best of both worlds. I used to think it was sacrilege mixing whiskeys, and it took my master to blender to be like, that's all I do all day. So.
Well, you're a pretty good salesman. There's been a bunch of comments and saying, "Wow, that sounds amazing." Whiskey Bank said, "I haven't had any whiskey from Westward. I guess I need to change that." And then we had one comment saying that your mustache game is strong. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
There you go. So you said that most people who work at Westward were previously huge fans of whiskey. So is there anything, or what's something that surprised you, or something that you weren't expecting after you went from fan to Westward whiskey family?
Oh, that's a great question. I think I understood what drew me to the love of something like whiskey. I've also worked in the beverage industry, kind of across the whole board except brewing. So I was a winemaker. I worked in coffee roasting and a competition barista, and then I moved to distilling, and then I came up front. So now I'm kind of kicking my feet up, just talking about whiskey. And so when it came to like becoming the front end of whiskey versus just a whiskey fan, the thing that surprised me the most is understanding kind of why I've been drawn to it, because you realize it's all of these same style of people who are either scientists or artists, because the beverage industry is a beautiful thing because it has a base science, and then everything on top of it is art and expression.
Yeah.
And so getting to intermingle with people who, like, anyone who's in a distillery, you go back there, and if they have a degree, it's either going to be like a biology degree or like a theater degree. And so being up front with whiskey, getting to interact with people has been fascinating, because there are much less diverse communities when it comes to background and kind of passion and why they're into it. Because you can deep dive into the science, you can deep dive into the art. Yeah, it's been a fun journey on that front for sure.
Yeah.
A second, if I can answer the question again as well, a second one is, even before I became a winemaker, a lot of consumers will look at tasting notes as something that's pretty ethereal and sometimes pretentious.
Mm-hmm.
And I fully get why. But then after so long of being in the industry and understanding not only the processes that it takes to get there, but kind of the tuning in of your taste buds on what makes up flavor. It's been fascinating to understand kind of the science behind taste itself. And most of that only comes from repetition of getting to, sip this dark liquid plenty of times. And vocabulary of, trying to help understand why it tastes that way. So,
gotcha. So yeah, you guys have like a pretty diverse bunch of people there. I thought I had this as a question, but I guess not. But there was something on the website that talked about, like, you guys even have like Michelin chefs or something crazy that work there. I don't know if that's still true, but it was on your. I was like blown away. So, like, with all of these creative minds, like, talk to us about like your bottle. The bottle's pretty unique, and what challenges have you guys had with that beautifully shaped bottle?
To part the curtain a little bit, I got to see some of the questions, and this is one that made me really happy, because it's I can always tell when someone is very industry when they think about the challenges of a bottling line. So I absolutely adore our most current bottle. It was actually shaped, so it was designed for us. So it's a unique bottle to us. It was our first fully custom bottle. It's geometric but asymmetrical, because we wanted it to kind of be an allusion to the Cascade Mountain range over here.
Okay.
So it's our kind of nod to Hood and the Pacific Northwest. I think Westward is pretty tied to not only to where it's made, but like kind of to the outdoors in a lot of ways.
Sure,
So that's kind of like our allusion to it. It's always a funny thing though, because when you're dealing with a custom bottle, you have to think about a lot of things. How does it sit in a bartender's hand or in a well? How does it look on the back shelf? That's something that I think is really beautiful about our current bottle. Is it kind of threads that needle of being really unique without being gaudy. But of course, it does pose challenges when it comes to the bottling itself, because custom bottle means custom bottling method. And so we actually have our full, I think it was about 2 years ago, we had a full custom bottling line finally set up. Up until that point, we were hand labeling all of our bottles. And on our scale,
man.
It sounds really artisan. It sounds extremely artisan. Really, it's just a huge pain in the ass when you're doing it on that scale.
That is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But so we are glad to have those ways behind us. But I could not be more excited about kind of our current method and the way that the bottle has become really synonymous with our brand, especially now that we have a variety of colors that fit within our fit within our portfolio that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, while you were talking, I was showing your bottle line on the screen so everybody could see, and there's a bunch of people saying nice looking bottles. I really do like them. They're a really pretty bottle. So one of the things that got me excited, and this is just, because I'm a cocktail guy. I saw that you were a cocktail enthusiast. I don't
Yeah.
know like how far you are with being a cocktail enthusiast, but what are your go-to cocktails?
I'm deep down the well for sure.
Okay, so
I
would you try a rum chata White Russian like we've poured?
that is what you were drinking.
This is a rum chata White Russian. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I would try it. I so before, I mean, not to really bring down the room, but before COVID, I was moving into high-end cocktail making, and learned that maybe that's not the most sustainable path because of something that happened, of course. Our lovely bar friends were struggling for a bit there during a tumultuous time. Luckily, it led me into a position where now I have a lot of the benefits of being in the high-end bartending world, and not a lot of the detractors. But that being said, I'm still very involved in the community. I do a lot of Westward's cocktail design for the features of our events, for the features at our tasting rooms. And usually the way that I look at it, it's for some reason this way on a lot of things that people consume, where I was super into cocktails, so it got more and more complicated. It's just like a straight up and down line of how complicated it gets. Like I was doing a 12 ingredient, 15 ingredient tiki drinks. And then immediately that falls off to where now like my go-to that I'm drinking is a really well-made highball. Like that is what I drink. Whiskey, club soda, a little lemon oil. That done right is essential.
One of Troy's favorite drinks is the bourbon smash. That's close. You throw in a mint sprig and remove the spritz, and there you go. That's Troy's favorite drink is a bourbon smash. He can't stop talking about it. Okay, we had a question from chat. Turip Hoddle says, how long is the juice aged and where? I don't know what he means here. I think he's wanting to ask what's like the average temperature. He's got the word elevation in there. I don't know if you guys are is the Rick House like on a higher elevation? Maybe. I'm not sure why.
Rick House is not too far from. So I'm on the waterfront of Portland here. So we're right on the river. Elevation. We're not changing elevation. We are aging. Our Rick House is not where our distillery is. That is what I'm trying to get to. So to be an American single malt, we're making everything from scratch in the same spot. The only caveat being that our Rick House is about 10 minutes away from our distillery. We had just moved Rick Houses, so we kind of hit capacity at our last one at about 7,000 barrels. And so now we've moved into a one that hopefully we can fit about 15 to 20,000 barrels into.
Wow. So you're trying to triple, or I guess, triple. That's crazy.
Yes. Well, the trajectory is there. We, we want to future-proof a little bit. Whiskey's a tricky lass. You have to think about 10 years in the future a lot of the time. And to answer the question, so Westward is we like to think of the idea of maturation over age, if that makes any sense. Barrels are super unique. The whole idea of there being, single barrel projects, single barrel programs is the idea that each barrel brings something entirely unique. It's one of the few things in the process that, like, no matter what we do, we can't truly replicate what's happening. You can make a barrel, 2 barrels out of the same tree, have them aged right next to each other in the same microclimate, and you'll still have 2 vastly different whiskeys. And so we are striking our consistency through our marrying process. So we'll blend our barrels with our master blender Miles and his team at batches of about 45 barrels. That being said, our average age, we're tasting everything past 3 years, but usually our whiskey, what's in bottle, is going to be between 4.5 to 7.5 years.
Okay.
So it's just letting us know when it's ready. I do think that Westward at younger ages is really interesting because you get a lot more of that kind of floral fruity. But Westward as it gets up there as well is luckily it's a super robust whiskey. We've done some really fun finishes in single barrel projects, and usually, the tricky part is that Westward doesn't always play nice because it's a super rich, very bold, very oily whiskey. Mainly because our distillation method, we made a fully custom still because of the way that our brewing process works.
Okay.
That's my extremely long-winded way of saying, like, we don't age statement very purposefully because we want to curate a flavor rather than kind of always just aim for one moving target. And I'll mention this story. I don't know if I've told this story to any media, but I was hanging out with a Scottish distiller, and he was saying, I won't out who he was or who he worked for, but let's say like their whiskeys were released at different age increments. So you'd have like a 12-year, a 15-year, and 18-year. And he's like, "You want to know why we didn't release the whiskey at 12 years?" He was like, "Because it tasted like shit." And so it was really fascinating, the allusion to like whiskey isn't always going to be ready, but also sometimes it is about, sometimes the worst whiskey skates past. And I get why it naturally happened. Age statements happen because when you're aging something in a used barrel at a cooler climate, it does take a lot longer to get balanced. And what we're looking for is a nice balance between what our distillate's bringing and what that barrel's bringing. But once you get out here, or especially like, you go to the American South, you can sometimes hit a nice balanced whiskey at 3 years. But out here, I tend to think about Westward's sweet spot being like, 6 years old.
Yeah. Okay. So as everybody knows, the whiskey industry is so dynamic, so fluid. It's constantly changing. How do you stay updated on like the latest trends and consumer preferences? Or I guess maybe what does that meeting look like at Westward? Are you guys doing anything? Are you trying to be like the Apple of whiskey and say, this is what y'all will like and make just the best damn single malts out there? Like, how do you guys go about that process?
You kind of answered it for me.
There you go. So the Apple of whiskey. I love it.
So
you don't need a headphone
down,
jack.
Yeah. Well, no, don't. No. No, we are not the Apple of whiskey. There are plenty of bigger whiskeys out there to tell people what they will and will not like. But one thing that Westward is kind of like, luckily I'm in the privilege of getting to work for a distillery who has kind of a built-in R&D to the way that we run our program. So we started a whiskey club back in late 2019, and it kind of became our rapidly growing side of our business, because one of the things that we're doing is we would do these small projects. The projects now are like 30-barrel projects, where the privilege of being able to make everything all in the same place also allows us to tweak each one of those things. Not only is it making a unique product, but it's kind of informing us about what about our process is making Westward taste like Westward. And it's fascinating because little tweaks can change things fundamentally. And one of the most unique aspects to Westward is the fact that we are using a brewer's yeast. I think the narrative has been lost of the idea of to have whiskey, you first must have beer. The same way that brandy is distilled wine, which is then aged, whiskey is distilled beer, which is then aged. And the reason why that really isn't kind of the modern narrative is for so long, we've just been worried about efficiency. A nice distiller's yeast will brew really quickly. It'll brew quickly and it'll brew at a very high alcohol content. so you're getting more whiskey faster. And if your point is to just bring out barrel tone, that's fine. You can clean it up with barrel, you can clean it up with distillation. But our thought process was, you're not using low quality ingredients to make a high end meal. So the front end really shouldn't matter. And what has been fascinating is seeing just how much it matters throughout our own process of experimentation. So the Whiskey Club essentially happened because we are trying these projects where we switch out different grains, we'll switch out different yeasts, and we'll switch out different barrels. And some of them have been completely fascinating. And my favorite projects have always been our yeast projects, mainly because there's very little massive distilleries that are kind of on the forefront of experimenting with that. Like we did a Belgian Ardennes yeast that we did a Trappist ale, like a Belgian Trappist ale that we distilled down into whiskey, to the Bavarian Hefeweizen that we distilled into whiskey. We've done some really cool collaborations with breweries. We'll have a famous brewer come in, do a clone of one of their famous beers, and then we'll distill that down into whiskey. And it's fascinating just how one tweak, so just changing the strain of our yeast, will fundamentally change the way that Westward tastes.
I bet, yeah.
So when it comes to staying on top of like the innovation and the trends of whiskey, we do like to think that we aren't, beholden to the wind as far as the way that the industry is moving. For the first time in I forget how many years, it was either 30 years or 70 years, liquor in general is slightly down. It's always been growing, but Westward is up. And I like to think that it's because, we're not trying to follow a trend. We're making things that not only interest us, but that we think taste really good. And if I were to guess the next trend, I think that these yeast projects that we've been experimenting with, I'm seeing more and more of these massive distilleries kind of get behind, what happens when we have a longer fermentation? What happens when we are, not doing soured tanks? What happens if we're doing, I think there's now a term that recently got adopted called sweet mash. It's about like what's happening when you're having a closed controlled fermentation. So if I were to guess kind of the next trend, I think the nerdiness, I think the consumer is now in an educated point to where they're gonna start really jumping down on some of these fascinating fermentation processes.
Yeah. All right, we have one more question from chat. Any plans to age or blend barrels in other parts of the country? That comes in from Russ L.
Oh, fantastic question. Yes. I can't speak too much to it. When it comes to barrel experimentation, that's very much Miles's world. But we did something called the first of our Element series for our club, which first tapped into hyperlocal. So we had a Garyana Oregon white oak harvested for us and made into barrels. But we started experimenting with the idea of cask exchanges. So we have some milk and honey barrels that we're doing a lot of work with. But also, that begs the question of like, how are we capturing the different sense of place of where whiskey's being made?
All right, go.
I think Westward's doing a fantastic job of doing that within Oregon and the Pacific Northwest. So it's definitely something that we're keeping our eye on. What is also interesting is to age whiskey anywhere, you have to have a distiller's license. So that does create some boundaries around like where things can be aged.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that's on our mind.
Okay, cool. All right. Sorry, my wife's one of our kids woke up, so my wife's got to go deal with our youngest. She'll be back shortly. Apologize.
No worries.
All right, so here's a special question, and I think we may have a surprise guest to answer this. Is there anything new coming from Westward Whiskey that you can talk about? And I believe we got somebody special here. Hang on, someone's booting in the door here on our Zoom call. that may have an answer to that question. It's the Bakers.
How's it going?
Hey, Laura. Hey, Troy.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Good,
Hey,
good.
friends.
So first of all, we poured some of the Pinot and the Stout finish together, and it's quite good. I'm enjoying that mix.
So not sacrilege.
Nope.
No, I'm not mad at it at all.
Oh no, you guys could hear all the stuff about the charger talk? I thought I was on mute. I'm so sorry, guys. Could you guys seriously hear that whole conversation?
Yeah, we could.
Oh,
We heard you the whole time.
I'm such an idiot. I only muted Zoom. I didn't mute the live stream. Wow, that's amazing. So Jonathan couldn't hear me, but the stream could. That's amazing. Yeah, we have a baby monitor here, and it died. And I was like, yeah, you should go get it. You should probably be fine by the time you get back. It doesn't matter. All right. So Laura and Troy, we have you to thank for all of us our introductions to Westward. You guys had a great sit down with Jonathan on one of your videos on your channel. So if you haven't checked it out, go to the Baker's channel, check out that video. Not now, we'll do it a little bit later. But so Troy and Laura, anything special coming up from Westward that we should know about or that chat should know about?
Yeah, so we did a sit-down interview with Jonathan back in May, and kind of after that interview ended, he was asking us, "What are you guys interested in doing, like a barrel pick?" And I was like, "Yes, but I think we're way too small, so maybe down the road in the future." And Laura and I like thought about it for about the next 48 hours, and then I emailed Jonathan back, and I was like, "Hey, give us some details on this. We're going to try to make it work." And so he gave us some details. We got some friends involved, and we're doing a pick. We're doing a Westward cask strength pick. So it's going to be Baker Drinks, Whiskey Wisdom, Echoes and Eternity Bourbon, Bourbon Drop, Whiskey Corner, and Barrel Dave. So it's quite the group of us that we've banded together to make this happen. We're going to do the tasting. I believe we nailed down the date of August 12th.
Yep.
We're going to probably see you a couple days before that, Jonathan, because we're going to come down for the party on the 10th for the next club release.
Oh, amazing. I will be there.
Looking forward to that one quite a bit. We love the club releases. We were actually going to do the Vintner's Cuvée tonight, but you talked us into the blend, so we're doing that instead. But yeah, I'm not sure the timeline from tasting to availability to everyone in the chat. We're going to do a pre-sale. There'll be like an actual link that Westward puts out for you guys to purchase bottles from there. And you guys ship to like 36 states or something like that. So if you guys live outside of their shipping ability, we can get creative with some of that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's on the horizon, and we're really excited about it. So thank you, Jonathan, for planting that seed.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems like
once I sold my first barrel and did a barrel taste, I was like, this is a lot more attainable than a lot of people realize, and how fun it can be. So I could not be more excited to be working with all of you guys.
I am so thankful for this opportunity, and thanks to the Bakers for setting this all up. And guys, everybody has still reaching out to me for the last barrel pick that Sean and I did, so don't miss out on this one. We want to build up a little bit of hype. It's coming up soon. It's going to be really fun. I assume we're going to. Do you mind, Jonathan? I assume you don't. If we do the tasting live on our channels, I assume you're okay with that.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we'll set that up. I don't know, maybe a Patreon thing. I don't know. I'll have to talk to the Bakers about it. We'll figure something out. But August 12th, I think, is the date. And how long? So if everything goes well, what's like an ETA on a dump date for the stuff you're sending us? Is it ready to go? Is it need more months? Where are we at with it?
It should be ready to go. Basically, our only hurdle is going to be getting it in the bottle. We'll customize. If you've seen our club releases, we have beautiful kind of like copper footer customized to each of our picks, and so we'll get it customized for all. Yeah, there's the beautiful bottle, and then we'll get it in the bottle and get it shipped out to everyone.
Awesome.
So as aging goes, these should be ready to go.
Great.
Outstanding.
I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I cannot wait. Thank you guys all so much. Oh, I guess tell everybody, last question before you go, tell everybody where they can find your products, Jonathan.
Oh, absolutely. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
So you can find Westward. We ship, like you've already said, to majority of states. But some of the bigger retailers that we work with are like, find us in Binny's. You can find us in Total Wine and More, at Bevmo. Or if you work in some, or if you you live in some control states, sometimes it just takes a quick request of a liquor store to get us there. So keep a lookout for us. Luckily, we tend to be sweeping across as far as nice high end whiskey bars. So if you want to give us a try before you snag a bottle, don't be a stranger.
Love it. All right. Well, Jonathan, I can't thank you enough for doing this. I know it was sort of last minute. I really appreciate what you and your team are doing. I'm very excited for this opportunity. We won't let you down. I know everybody in this group is very excited about it, so thank you so much. And thank you, Troy and Laura, for setting this up. Without you guys, this would have never happened. So thanks to everybody. Appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, Jonathan, I will let you go back to your roller coaster behind you. And, and I hope you have a very good evening. Go get some more of that blend. It sounds amazing. I wish I had some more that the bakers had. Maybe I'll have to have them send me something. But otherwise, have a good night. And then Laura and Troy, I hope you guys stick around and watch the rest of the show. And Jonathan, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Matt. It's always a pleasure getting to talk whiskey and to have people listen. So I appreciate it.
Anytime I will listen. Troy knows this day and night about whiskey. So thank you so much. All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude, that's so amazing. God, you guys, Whispergate, Chargergate. It's like I had no idea that it was going out on the stream. I'm sitting here clicking mute on Zoom, and I'm like, oh, we're good. Nobody can hear me. And I'm like, you really should go get the charger. Like instantly when she brought the charger down, it started beeping, beeping, beeping. That's hilarious. Chargergate. I guess that's going to be the next thing, Chargergate, Whispergate. All right, so thank you so much, guys, for watching that. I know it was a little bit longer than normal, but I'm very excited about this. Our new barrel pick. Brett DeBauer, you said, what are the details? So just again, to wrap that up, we as in a bunch of us, Barrel Dave, Bourbon Drop, Sean, myself, the bakers. Boy, I really hope I'm not missing anybody in that. And Whiskey Corner Carlos. I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, I didn't mean to. We're doing a barrel pick together with Westward. They're going to send us a bunch of samples of, I don't remember how many barrels, between 3 and 6. I don't know the number. And we're either going to stream it on our Patreon or live. We're all going to taste it and probably argue a bunch about which one we should put our names on as the bottle. And it's going to be our next barrel pick. So them's the deets. Brett DeBauer, it's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. I had a lot of fun with the barrel that we did with Short Barrel. So this is going to be really fun. I'm here. I'm well, but I'm done for the night. Randall, have a good night, buddy. Appreciate you hopping in briefly. Hopefully the wife will come back. I don't know if she's coming back. I'm going to hold off on the Whiskey Wisdom files until the wife comes back. So I guess we're going to do the crossword puzzle for just a minute and maybe give her a chance to come back because I really want her to be here. You guys can tell me if you think the wife needs to go to jail. So, all right, we're going to do the crossword puzzle. I lowered it to 3 rounds. Oh, my God, did my computer just freeze? Oh, tell me. Come on, bro. No, it didn't. Okay, I'm good. Where's my crossword puzzle? What is going on? Hold on. Am I frozen? Oh, no. I hadn't. Oh, my God. What is going on? Am I frozen, guys? Can you guys tell me? Stream is good. Oh, wait. What? Rest in peace, stream. Stream is good. That's contradicting, people. What is happening? Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. Okay, wow. Okay, I think we're okay. I don't know what is going on. You're good, brother. Well, I'm glad the stream is good. Why is my computer doing this? Okay, well, you know what? We're going to power through it. We're going to power through this crap. Where was I going? Oh, the crossword puzzle, right. Let me find the crossword puzzle. All right, I lowered it down to 3 rounds, so it's going to be even shorter. Winner of the crossword puzzle gets 3 2 ounces of our whiskey. So good luck, guys. The topic for the crossword puzzle is literally anything. It was any category. Where's crossword puzzle? Crossword puzzle. Where is it? Come on. Where is my crossword puzzle? There it is. Word search. Boom. Let me hit start. There we go. I got some new AI music. Drinking whiskey and searching for words. This is the greatest song ever. I'm going to shut up and let you guys listen to this. Actually, oh, shit. Oh, did I just totally screw that? Oh, thank God it picked up where it left off. All right, I'm going to let this music start when the thing starts. All right, good luck, guys. 3 2 ounces of our whiskey, and hopefully by the time this is done, the wife will be back and we can see if my wife needs to go to jail or not. So, all right, good luck, guys.
Friday night is here, it's time to grab a glass. With Whiskey Wisdom Live, we're having a blast. Crossword puzzles in one hand, whiskey in the other. Sipping salt together like no other. Crosswords and whiskey, what a perfect blend. Fill in the blanks while our spirits ascend.
Crosswords and whiskey.
Take a drink, we're feeling fine. Whiskey Wisdom Friday night, it's puzzle time. Four-letter word for bliss starts with a W. Whiskey's the answer, it's the magic glue. Clues and cues, we laugh and we cheer. Solving puzzles and sipping bourbon, no fear. Crosswords and whiskey, what a perfect blend. Fill in the blanks while our spirits ascend. Sip and think, take a drink, we're feeling fine. Whiskey Wisdom Friday night, it's puzzle time. Puzzle masters and whiskey tasters unite. With every sip the answers come to light.
Last round.
Cheers to the clues and the bourbon we adore. With every solved puzzle we'll pour a little more. Find a 5-letter word for joy, it ends in E. Whiskey's the answer, obviously. We twist and shout as the puzzles unfold. With each correct answer our spirits are bold. Crosswords and whiskey, what a perfect blend. Fill in the blanks while our spirits ascend. Sip and drink, take a drink, we're feeling fine. Whiskey Wisdom Friday night, it's puzzle time.
Such a great song.
Gather round, friends, and let's play the game. Crosswords and whiskey will never be the same. Pour a dram, grab a pen, let's start the show. With Whiskey Wisdom, the fun will always flow.
No way. Baker Drinks, first place. Dude, is this song, I swear to God, is that not the best song ever? Crosswords and whiskey. That's not the best song ever. All right, Baker Drinks, you guys won. Oh, I know what flight you guys won. You guys are going to laugh when you see what it is. I'm not going to tell you. Baker's won Crossword. All right, I already got it all packed up. It's all ready to go. Rigged. Crosswords and whiskey. I fucking love that song. All right, the wife is trying to come back, so I guess we're going to move on to Bourbon News. All right, guys. Bourbon News, let's do it. Bourbon news. Where's my camera? There it is. If you guys can't tell, I've replaced all of the copyrighted music with AI music because try to strike me now, YouTube. Try to strike me now. What's up? Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame to induct 5 new members. The KDA created by the Kentucky Bourbon created the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame in 2001 to recognize individuals and organizations that have made a significant and transformational impact on bourbon's stature, growth, and awareness. It is the highest honor given by the signature industry. What is my wife saying? She's having trouble getting into bed. Man, I feel so like naked without the wife here, like helping me out. And I can't do the whiskey. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do the Whiskey Wisdom files without her, but it'd be a lot better if she was here. We'll see. Maybe we'll do it last. Elmer Lucille Allen, 93 years young. Broke barriers in the bourbon industry as the first black chemist at Brown-Forman and possibly the entire whiskey community. D. Ford, 59 years young. These are all people who were just recently inducted, by the way. I'm not just naming a bunch of random people. D. Catapulted Angel Envy's and the Kentucky Bourbon Trail into international...
I gotta go back up in a minute.
Why? Where's he at?
He's in Taylor's room, but he's like a hot mess right now.
Does he want to go to bed?
He wants to go to bed, but he wants Taylor. But I have to do this, and I got him to go hang out with Taylor for a minute and watch the stream, just so he like.
All right. Well, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, it's no big deal.
Just do.
Sorry, guys, for talking. I don't know if you can hear her. Mic's off, I think.
We'll do the Whiskey Wisdom files, but I've got to.
Is your mic working?
I don't know.
Your mic is not working. Hang on. Now it's working. All right.
Sorry, it's been a chaotic night.
This is a crazy show. You want to just pivot to the Whiskey Wisdom files?
We're gonna have to, because I'm gonna have to.
We're gonna pivot to the Whiskey Wisdom files because I don't know how long she's got. I definitely want to hear it for it.
We're having a rough night.
All right, Whiskey Wisdom files. All right, we don't have time for the intro. We don't have time for that. All right, so look, here's the deal. We'll go back to the bourbon news in a minute. I'll hold my spot. Let's just do this, and then if you want to bail, you can. But
It was like a mess.
but I feel like you kind of need to be here. Would you stop? Like you're
I
fine.
can see my
You're
hair
fine.
in this video. It has this big loop
You're
thing.
fine. I love you. Why don't you have some more of that white the rum chowder
I
white
need
Russian?
to. I shouldn't be drinking. It's too,
Really? Okay,
it's
well.
it's good. I just.
I
can't-
will take that then.
It is too chaotic right now.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Life with a million kids is chaotic. Okay, here's the deal, guys. Let's just get to this real quick. So Pookie here was coming home from dropping my son off at high school football.
In the morning, very early.
In the morning, very early. And she was coming home, so it was like 8:09 in the morning, actually.
It was just after.
No, it was 8:09 in the morning. I know the exact time. We're about to get into this. And a police officer pulled her over for running a stop sign in our neighborhood.
Like he was like, "You didn't stop," and I'm like,
Now, in Georgia, running a stop sign is worse than like a super speeder ticket. It is a
which
misdemeanor.
I overheard you talking, and it freaked me out.
It's a misdemeanor, a potential 1 year in jail. I mean, they would never do that to somebody, but that's in the law.
Our kids are on it.
And like a massive fine, lose your license. I mean, they literally, and it's like more points than a super speeder ticket. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They really hate stoplight runners in Georgia.
Stop light.
Or excuse me, stop sign runners.
They probably don't like the lights either, but.
So Nicole gets home and is freaking out. She's like, I stopped. She's like, I 100% stopped at the stop sign. This is total bullshit. So, I'm biased, right? It's my wife. I want to go defend her. And I'm like, are you sure you stopped? Is this like, you think you stopped, but you kind of like did a Jen Clifton, California roll through the stop sign? She's like, no, I stopped. Not only did she say she stopped, but like and you guys are going to see some video in a second, but the stop sign's on a hill.
Like this.
We actually call the hill Heart Attack Hill in our neighborhood.
Hill of Death. I mean, it has many names.
So in our neighborhood, we've got a giant lake, and the reason that lake is there is because there's like these massive hills. And so like walking up this hill sucks. Like you almost have to walk backwards. It's the worst hill ever.
I mean, people walk from up with like strollers and literally pull the stroller behind them because it's such a pain in the butt to push up. It's easier to pull.
Yeah, let me turn the audio up here a little bit. I feel like we're a little quiet. Can you guys hear us okay? I think you can. Okay, so anyways, so she got home and she was so upset she convinced me. I'm like, you know what? I believe her. So I got in my car and I have video of this, but I'm not going to show it. I got in my car and I went and I drove and the cop was still there. Like the cop gave her a ticket, went back to his spot. And so when I went there, he was still sitting there and I'm looking at it. And like the more, thank you, Terp, Hoddle. The more that I looked at where he was, the more I realized what bullshit it was. And the more that I investigated, the more I believed that she's 100% correct. So, all right, let's go through the video, okay? Here's the video. Y'all ready for some Whiskey Wisdom files? So, by the way...
There's no dash cam.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys
Ouch.
don't know this, you can... In some states, they call it a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request. In our state, it's an open records request.
Yeah.
So I open records requested fucking everything, down to the cop's fucking salary. I was like, give me the cop's salary, give me the cop's disciplinary action, give me the cop's everything about this cop, everything this cop had. I was like, I want everything from this cop, from this date to this date, from this time to this time. And there was no dash cam, ironically
dash cam.
enough. There's body cam, which we're about to
Which
see.
stares at the steering wheel.
So here's some of the let's see.
I'm sure
Look,
I could see a
see,
lot from that steering wheel.
y'all think I'm fucking around here, all right? I ain't fucking around. I FOIA request. My wife says some shit. I FOIA request some shit. All right. Let's check it out.
Like, you know what
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. The reason I stopped you is the stop sign back there.
Okay, I didn't realize I didn't stop. I'm sorry.
I got you.
Okay, so, boy, I really wish that.
Look at me. I look confused.
Hang on, I got to figure out a way to make it so that we can talk. Give me a second here. Let me do this,
Here.
and then if I turn this off, okay, cool.
I look so confused,
so
even
this
more
is-
like
so-
zoomed in.
So my wife is in my son's car.
Very early morning. still
Very
in
early
pajamas.
morning, and this is the cop walking up to him, and what he says is the reason I pulled you over is because you didn't stop at the stop sign, and my wife says it's hard to hear, but what she says is I thought that I stopped. Is
Like,
what she said.
I'm like, you could tell I am utterly confused.
Yeah, and this was another concern that I had is I was like, what did you say to the cop? Because cops will do these things where they're trained to like get information out of you, like, do you know why I pulled you over? Just to like see like what you'll admit to. By the way, they're making that question illegal in a lot of states now. You can't ask that
I was
question
so
anymore.
confused. My
So-
natural thing, my natural reaction is what you saw. Is like, that's me. That is how I am about everything.
So that was partly why I wanted the body cam footage, is I wanted to hear what she said. And what she said wasn't perfect, but
But if you know
But
me,
it's fine. It's
you
fine.
know that's normal for
yeah,
me.
exactly, Turp. Never admit fault, right? But
Sorry.
what she said,
I'm-
no, you didn't admit fault.
8 o'clock in
You
the
did no,
morning.
you did fine. You didn't do anything wrong. All right, so let's move on. Wait, I was hoping Pookie was.
It was 8 in the
was
morning. I don't think it's like, no. It's like, that's why I was so confused, and I was like, I mean,
All right,
that's-
look. This video is long. all right, so here's the ticket that she got. Okay, so the relevant information. This was May 6th. On the far right, you can see the time. Okay, 8:09 a.m. and that's really important, and I'll explain why in a minute. So 8:09 a.m. Okay, This is the ticket that she got. All right. And this is the OCGA, the Georgia Code violation, failure to stop at a stop sign. This is like the worst thing ever, apparently, in Georgia. This is why we had to hire a lawyer. I mean, it was like...
It's like, I know.
I had no
it's
idea
not.
running a stop sign was this fucking bad. All right, anyways, so that was the thing. So this is a map of where Nicole was headed. So she's the
Wife.
red... Yeah, she's the wife.
Wife.
She's the red...
I'm not the officer.
She's the red
She would've played that
triangle.
game.
Yeah, she's the red and white triangle coming up Heart Attack Hill. The officer was down on that road.
Which goes downward, which
Yep,
is like
and
goes.
I have much better video. Just bear with me. I just want to
It's
get.
not flat. It goes.
And that's where the
down.
stop sign is. Okay, so she was heading towards the stop sign. The officer was sitting way down that road, staring at that intersection, looking for red light runners.
Stop
When the
sign.
cop asked, "You know, I pulled you over," you should answer, "Did you forget already?" Yeah. All right. So my first step was I went to every single one of these homes that are circled red, I went and banged on the door and asked them if they had security camera footage of the intersection. All right. Unfortunately, only one did. But the one that did, when did rectangles become triangles? Did I say triangle?
Yeah, when you drink too
Did
much
I really say
White
triangle?
Russians,
Yeah, when you drink too
shapes
many
start
rum chata
changing.
White Russians, chill will, that's when they become triangles. Did I seriously say triangle? That's
Probably.
That's brutal.
You're gonna rewatch it.
That's brutal if I said triangles. All right, this was the only home that had footage, okay, unfortunately. And they didn't catch the intersection, which ended up not mattering. They had some really good information, okay? So here is the footage from their security camera, okay? And I zoom in a second. I'm pausing this as I talk to you guys. So that is where the officer was sitting, all right? And to the right in front of him is where the stop sign
No, but there's still a house there.
that Nicole, I understand, that Nicole allegedly ran, okay? So what's important in this video is this, they had a political sign at the time in their yard. And this is important because it gave me a frame of reference to exactly where this, I'm going to say it, this fucker was, because I'm sorry. I'm still pissed. I had a conversation. I had a conversation. I'm not going to say his name. I could say his name because this is all public record anyways. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Look, I'll tell you about my conversation with the captain in a second because this is all resolved. It's all done, but I'm still angry about it.
I've had to forgive and move on, and you're like,
Yeah,
this
I know.
fucker.
Hang on.
No,
Okay, so
move on.
that political sign is important. Its frame of reference as to where he was. Okay. All right. Moving on. The other thing that's important from this security cam footage they gave me is on the bottom right. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says it's no. I'm zooming in on the time. It's 8:06 a.m. Okay. So the how many Apple old fashions does it take to make squares, circles? I don't know. We can find out.
The world may never know, Nick.
The reason why the time is relevant is because her ticket was written at 8:09 a.m. All right. So I wanted to know where he was sitting. Because what I didn't want to happen was be like, you were sitting here when you watched her, and he could be like, no, I moved. So 2.5 minutes later was when he pulled over my wife and ran, or when she allegedly ran the stop sign, right? So that's where he was sitting at 8:06. And again, the ticket was at 8:09, far right on the top, right? Luckily, the only reason I have this footage is because that person is walking down the sidewalk, and it caused like a motion detection. That's the only reason this footage exists. So what are the odds of that? How crazy is that? All right, so now I think the next video. Let me. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna shut up now because now I'm talking. So here's what we did. There's a ton of video that I've cut out, but this is kind of just the meat and potatoes here. So here's what I did. I went and I got in. The officer was in like a Ford Explorer. I went and I got in my Honda Pilot, which is the tallest car that I own.
Which is about the same.
It's about, if it's not taller, it's the same. And I went and I actually parked in front of the political sign. Now remember, that was my frame of reference. So I actually, in this video, I pull up and I get in front of the political sign. So I'm actually closer than the cop was, okay? And then what we did was we did an experiment. I had Nicole get in my son's car, and we were talking on the cell phone. And I said, okay, I want you to pull up to the stop sign and I want you to stop. Then I want you to move 5 feet forward past the stop sign and then stop again, right? Because I wanted to see if his visibility was good or not, right? So y'all watch this. Here's the reenactment. In my car and drive. I'm going to pull up a little bit here.
Okay, I'm about to come up.
All right, tell me when you're stopped at the stop sign.
Okay, I'm coming up.
Just tell me when you're stopped. She's in the same car from this morning.
Stop.
You're stopped.
I'm at the stop sign.
Okay. So now just kind of, I don't know, roll forward maybe like 5 feet. And stop again.
Stop.
Okay, so if you guys can't hear what just happened, so she is stopped at the stop sign, and then I told her to move forward 5 more feet past the stop sign, which she did, and then she stopped again. So she's now 5 feet in front of the stop sign and then stopped again, and you still can't even see her car. Now, unfortunately, a car started coming behind her, so she had to go, but watch when she goes through the intersection. Still, okay, just go. Yeah, I still can't see you. Oh, there she is. So you have no way of knowing if she stopped or not.
Yeah, and so I'm literally in the middle of the intersection.
So there you go. So now she went through the intersection, and this is after being 5 feet past the stop sign, right? So from where that cop's vantage point was,
I can't see anything.
he has no idea if she was stopped for an hour, for 2 days, for a week.
2 seconds?
He has no idea.
Right? Guys really stopped me. You can't tell.
So I'm pissed. I'm like, we're going to fucking go to court. I want a fucking jury trial. The video that I have, you guys, was designed for a jury. Like, it's like 30 minutes long. I'm talking, I'm narrating. I have like pictures of the cop. I have his record, like other stuff he's done. I was ready for fucking trial, man. So we call a lawyer, and I'm talking to him about it. And y'all want to know what the lawyer said to me? That's not how the law works. He said, you need to just pay the fucking ticket. Don't go to jury trial. You never know how it's going to end. It's not worth it. So we ended up having to pay a lawyer. He went and he talked to the solicitor in our city, and he got the OCGA code flipped to like some other kind of violation that's not a running stop sign violation. So it doesn't get any points. It doesn't get reported to our insurance. And we had to pay like an elevated fine plus the lawyer fee, which we now have a lawyer we can talk to whenever we want. But that was like the lawyer, like I showed him the video I made, and he's like, damn, that's really good. He's like, I used to go into court as like a young lawyer and have all these dash cam videos, and the judge would still side with the cops. Yeah. I have no faith in our judicial system anymore. The fact that a lawyer is just like, no, just pay the fine. It's your path of least resistance for your wife, and it's your most optimal chance for success, which is what the lawyer recommended we do. So we ended up doing it. So now, go ahead, finish, because I have a little more.
But here's the thing, like what's crazy is up to that point, I had literally made myself ill.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about some other stuff that had happened.
But
I'm not going to talk about it.
No, I had severe anxiety. Let's just leave it at that. And when I went to the courthouse, I was literally shaking, and it was starting to rain. And I'm like walking in, I'm like, couldn't think straight. And I get in there, and he's all like, it's done. I'm like, I haven't even walked in the building. He's like, I took care of it, so all you can just pay a fine. And I'm like, and this, and this. And he's like, yep, you're good. I'm like,
so Nicole
I was by myself, and I was like, oh.
So my plan after the court date was I was going to post this on YouTube.
No, don't.
I mean, if y'all ever see the full video I made, it's brilliant. It's so brilliant.
There's a reason why I told
It's so brilliant,
but here's
the video
the thing,
that I did.
you weren't at the court. When I went in there, I see the rapport
yeah.
between the lawyers and the police, and it was like, don't even put yourself in a position where you could get a bad name for either the lawyers or the cops, because next time it's a problem, no one's going to want to cover your ass, because they're all like this.
Yeah, so I'm friends with the captain. We live in a very small city, and I'm actually friends with the captain of our police department. And in fact, the last email I had sent to him, it was free barbecue for your officers. I used to do a bunch of barbecues all the time, and I was like, hey, have your guys stop by the house, get a burger or whatever. So I replied to the barbecue burger email, and I was like, hey, I don't want to say his name. Hey, Captain, how do I make a complaint on one of your officers? And he replied, and he was like, what happened? And so he called me on the phone. To his credit, he was very open-minded. He was very respectful. He listened to everything that I said. He was very concerned with your well-being, because I said how upset you were.
Oh, I
was
a mess.
So I sent him. And he was like, "Well, I'm going to go pull the dash cam footage." And I said, "There isn't any." And he's like, "How do you know?" And I was like, "Trust me, I know." And he was like, "Well, I'm going to go look." And he calls me back. "There's no dash cam footage." I'm like, "I know. I already checked." And he was like, "Well, I'm going to look at the body cam." And I said, "Okay." And he was like, "Yeah, the body cam doesn't show much." And I said, "I want to know what your officer has to say about this." And so he went and talked to them, and the officer said that he saw you run the stop sign, that he was very He was very adamant about that. So I said,
You
okay.
can't see.
Right. So I said, okay, fine. So I said,
For argument's
I
sake,
said, will you
devil's
entertain me?
advocate.
I said, will you entertain me and watch a video that I made? And he said yes. And I sent him the full-blown 30-minute video that I was going to release to like a current
I
affair.
hope you didn't put the one with the
No, I left out the ending, but I sent him the whole thing. So he calls me back and he's like, wow, that was very convincing. And I said, yeah. And I told him, I said, listen, we've already paid the ticket. I specifically waited until the whole thing was done before we even called the officer. Yeah. And I told him, I said, I don't want anything from you. I don't want you to reverse the ticket. I'm not asking for anything special. I just want you to know that I think this officer made the wrong call. And I just wanted to hear the officer say, you know what? You're right. I probably couldn't have made that call and I would have let it go.
But didn't he say
But
that
does he do that? No, he changes his story. Yeah, he goes to his captain and he changes his story and says, "Oh no! I saw her run 30 miles an hour, just blew
it was 20.
20 miles an hour, just blew the stop sign, and so therefore it didn't matter that I couldn't see. I just saw her blow through the stop sign." I told the captain, I was like, "Look, I said I've known my wife for like a million years, and she's never blown through a stop sign in her life that I've ever known her." And there's an old saying, if you hear galloping, think horses, not zebras. And it makes no sense that she would have done that. We've lived in this neighborhood for 12 years. We can take these off. Okay. We know where the stop signs are.
Never been run in about any of the neighborhood stop signs. I stopped at 2 other ones on the way to that. That was the 3rd stop sign I was at. And I'm in no rush to come back because, yeah, I'm tired. But it's like, I'm in no rush. It's like, I'm a mom of 4. It's a mini vacation. I'm just taking my sweet ass time going home. So I could do that.
I told the captain, I have everything about the officers and address. And I'll get the address and send them a letter. So I told the captain, I said, look, I appreciate you listening to me and watching the video and being open-minded about it. And I said, I just want you to know I categorically disagree with your officer. I know he's on your team. You got to back his team, but I totally disagree with him. And I let it go. I said, thank you for listening to me. But here's why this was important to me. She didn't want me to do any of that, but here's why this was important to me. Is because if you don't do that,
I know,
the next person who has a problem with him, it's the first problem.
Which I understand. I'm more of like, forgive and let's move on. So. I think that still bothered me. Because when they talked about clocking at 20, here's the thing, it's on a, like you mentioned, it's on a hill.
All right.
I'm driving.
Wait, hang on. While she's talking, W for innocent, F for jail. All right, go ahead. Keep talking.
So at that stop sign, because it's on a hill of death, when I stopped, I slowly went forward, and I've been here for so long. There's trees that line our streets. So when you go to be from 0 to 20 would take my car like almost beyond the stop sign intersection up to the street sign that says 25 miles an hour. By that time, I'm maybe going 20. I don't have a car. I'm not driving a Porsche. I'm driving a Nissan Versa on a steep hill. I'm not a speeder. I have no speeding tickets. I'm like, I was so confused. I had to look at the video. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I know I stopped.
Yeah, Ryan S., I'll release the full video as a Patreon exclusive. I'll do that on the Patreon. I'm surprised that the F's in here from Troy and Rusty. Damn. Shit. Anyways, all right.
That's that could be a possibility. But no, that whole situation was the most insane thing in my entire almost 45 years of my life I've ever been through. That it was just mind blowing to me.
It's over now. Don't worry about it.
I know, but
all right.
It put me through so much anxiety.
D. Ford, 59 years young, capitulated Angel's Envy to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail into the international bucket list tourism attraction. Ken Lewis, 71, an English teacher but left for the world of spirits. Champion for Sunday sales and litigation for credit cards. That's kind of cool. By the way, these are people who were just recently inducted into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. That's what we're going over. He brought innovation and entrepreneurship as the founder of the New Riff Distilling, paving the way for craft bourbon boom that now counts dozens of Kentucky distilleries. This one is hilarious. Peter Lofton, 61. He is like this what was that like really eccentric guy they made a movie over who was like peeing in bottles at the end of the movie?
I don't know. I wasn't watching
And
that
he
movie.
and he had like an airplane. He was a billionaire, and I think Leonardo DiCaprio played him. How do you not know what I'm talking about? Somebody in chat knows who I'm talking about. This is one of these guys. He was like
Ernest Hemingway?
no. He was like a no, not McAfee. God, dude, I miss McAfee so much, man.
Yeah, it's like he
McAfee
did
suites were
the guy
amazing.
who did the big bird, the big airplane, the big bird or something or whatever. Back in the 20s or 30s.
I don't know how nobody knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, this guy was like a huge investor in telecom, super millionaire. Ended up marrying a Miami Dolphin cheerleader. He ended up founding the Bardstown Bourbon
Howard
Company.
Hughes, yes, that's who.
Yes, thank you, Tiller. Ended up founding the Bardstown Bourbon Company that transformed the landscape of custom whiskey production in 2014. He was the first to take advantage of modernized bourbon tourism laws in Kentucky. He created a world-class restaurant and bar. And then this is the funny, crazy part. In 2014, he was involved with 32-year-old Carrie Hall, a former Miami Dolphin cheerleader and mother of two. They have 2 kids together. Peter was arrested outside of his house in Miami Beach as he allegedly waved a gun at her face when she came to pick up their 2 sons for Mother's Day. He pulled a Glock out, promising to shoot her in the face.
Why are we
She said that because he was upset that she was late to pick up the kids. Anyways, he's dead now. He died in 2019. So there you go. Interesting little story there. R.M. Corky Taylor, 75, retired from as an accomplished career in financial services and focused a lifelong dream to resurrect his great-grandfather's whiskey company, the Kentucky Peerless Distilling Company. Originally owned by Henry Craver and Henderson, he built back the family legacy in Louisville along historic Whiskey Road, gaining national recognition and national awards by patiently waiting for his whiskey to age, living up to the original quality bourbon standards his ancestors set in 1889. There you go. I thought that was interesting, that crazy guy. Hidden Barn, a bourbon brand launched in 2022, is releasing a 7-year-old double-barreled bourbon on July 7th. The brand has been acquired by Royce Neely and continues to be created in partnership with master blender Jackie Zyken. The first release for Hidden Barn under the Neely family is a 7-year-old expression aged 5 years and 24-month open-air seasoned barrels. That's interesting. Does that mean they leave the bunghole out? That's interesting. And then it is charred in French oak barrels, barreled in new charred French oak barrels for an additional 2 years. It's already snagged a gold medal with a score of 91, 70% corn, 20% rye, 10% malted barley, non-chill filtered, 109.4 proof, $79.99. There you go. Old Forester, 117. Oh man, that's a blurry picture. They added a new one to the 117 line. This is Old Forester finished in rum barrels. So they've already got a couple. They've got like a Scotch one. They've got High Angel Share, Whiskey Row Fire, and something else. I can't remember. Oh, there's like a 1910 one, like extra old 1910, old. I don't know. Maybe Troy can remind me, or somebody in chat smarter than me can remind me. Dave Vogelsang texted me a picture. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he texted me that he got the Angels, the High Angel Share one, which was fucking amazing. Anyways, new one added, rum finish. So if you like rum, I liked that 18 or 15-year-old rum that Troy had. So maybe I'd like this. I don't know. Available at the distillery or for purchase from the Old Forester website. $60 for a 375 ml bottle, 95 proof. There you go. A new line, or new addition to the 117 line. North Carolina permanently legalizes cocktails to go. You want to drink? You want to drive? Go to North Carolina. Wow. North Carolinians can now get their favorite margarita delivered right to their door, and they can walk around in an airport with a drink after Governor Roy Cooper signed into law this week
Airport.
the permanent legalization of to-go and delivery cocktails. How it works: to go and delivery wine and cocktails, they must be less than 24 ounces, they must be sealed, and they must be sold with food. It also allows ABC stores to sell gift cards and open on New Year's Day and 4th of July and Labor Day. Airport travelers can now buy alcoholic beverages under 16 ounces from the airport establishments and consume them throughout the TSA screened portion of the terminal while waiting for flights. The law will also lower the tax rate for spirits on ready-to-drink cocktails. So there you go. You like drinking and you like driving? Go to North Carolina.
Or on an airplane?
One last thing. Look, guys, we're doing a new barrel pick with Westward. I'm really excited about it. A lot of people reached out to me about Sean and I's bottle. And also, by the way, I know that I can't like focus on this, but this is our Whiskey Wisdom. I actually bottle killed one of them today. That's such a sad sight. Such a sad sight. If you guys are interested in that bottle and you missed out on it, apparently somebody sent one of our bottles to Unicorn Auctions. That's crazy. I don't know who did this, but here is one of Sean and I's bottles, short barrel, 12-year single barrel, Whiskey Wisdom private barrel selection on unicornauctions.com. So
Clearly not the one signed.
it's not, yeah, it does show.
Does anybody know where the signed
It does show,
bottle is?
yeah, it does show the back label, and it's definitely not the signed one. I don't know who sent this here or why, but the current bid is at $80. All right, and it's got 1 day, 19 hours remaining. So if you missed out on our bottle and you're interested, apparently you can get one from Unicorn Auctions. Last thing that I'll mention, we got a new month here. It's July, first show of July here.
I'm going to say we're about halfway through.
Yeah, we're about halfway through now. The Beam House Batch Bookers is coming out. I skipped this story because I'm so tired of Chattahoochee. Hidden Barn 7, we already talked about that.
That's Chattanooga.
What? What did I say?
Chattahoochee.
Did I say Chattahoochee? Oh,
Yes.
that was one of my high schools. Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
Hidden Barn, we already talked about that in the news. Knob Creek Bourbon Rye. Am I just going to be a complete failure? I am not. Boom. What's up? I can't focus. I hate the non-autofocus, man. I got that bottle thanks to somebody. I don't want to say how I got that bottle, but I love this man, and I was able to get this bottle early thanks to somebody. I don't know who got me this bottle, but they're an amazing person. They're totally amazing. Let's see what else. A bunch of Lost Lanterns coming out. If you guys are Lost Lantern fans. Oh, the Maker's Mark, the Heart release. I'm hearing really good things about this bottle. Old Forester 117 rum finish. We just talked about that. Peerless Toasted. Oh, the Gatsby 2024 is coming out. Oh, I got to get that. And the Remus 8 is coming out. That's cool. Russell's Reserve 15. Somebody in the chat may already have a Russell's 15. Somebody in the chat may already have Russell's 15. Some people are just better at finding shit than others. I don't know. Wyoming Whiskey Independence Rock Bourbon. I think we talked about that on the show before the 4th, actually.
Yeah.
So there you go. Bourbon news. Bourbon news concluded. Where are we at? We did the crossword. We did the guess. We did the Whiskey Wisdom. We did the bourbon news. It's time to draw. It's time to draw the first raffle. You want to say it?
So I thought of an idea for a new game. I'm not going to spill the beans. But
wait, hang on. While you're talking, guys, real quick, while she's telling this story, ! Westward Whiskey, ! Westward Whiskey. When she's done with this story, we're going to draw that raffle. Go ahead.
So I came up with a game. It's going to come out next week. And I cannot wait. I'm not going to spill the beans, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
She did think of a pretty interesting game.
I want to be surprised that everybody will come back and want to play.
I'm going to have to figure out the logistics of it, but it's kind of interesting.
I think it'll be fun.
Oh, geez, Troy. I did let her talk. All right, I'm talking too much.
That was the story. I have a game that's going to come next week. Wow.
Can I talk now? Can I talk, Troy? Is she done? Are you done? Look, everybody says I'm talking too much, I guess. Well, everybody, aka Troy.
That's my story. As I die laughing.
All right, am I free to talk to you? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, then unfortunately will have to bow and leave.
Oh, you're going to leave?
I have to. I gotta
Okay.
deal with children who don't want to sleep, apparently.
Troy's giving you open rein for one of your Pookie stories. Are you crying?
No, I was laughing.
Oh.
My eyes water when I laugh, especially hard.
All right, you're out of here?
Yeah.
All right, love you, babe.
Love you.
Have a good night. Thank you
Yeah,
for doing.
good night, everybody. Sorry I'm bowing out early.
Thank you.com. Oh yeah, let me start the scroll for that, by the way. We're doing $5 super chat. Thank you.com. Short Barrel Hazmat, Weller Foolproof Store Pick, WhiskeyWisdom Echoes bottle, 1 ounce of JD12, and also we're going to do a second spin for a full Eagle Rare bottle to somebody. Everybody saying good night. All right, get out of here,
Good
babe.
night, everyone. Sorry. We'll see you next Friday.
Do you know how to take off the mic, or do you want me to help?
I think I got it. You'll have to turn it off.
Just hold down the button on the very bottom until the blue,
I'm not fidgety with this. I'm
blue light. Why does this keep dinging? I feel like I've moved that 1,000 times.
You're gonna have to turn
All right, I love you, babe.
Love you too. Good night.
No more Whispergate. No more get the charger and
Sorry. All has to do with the baby monitor.
all this other stuff. All right, where are we at? Oh, I'm drawing the thing. All right, that's it. 39 people. That's it. 39. I feel like there's more people in here. There's 42 people in here. How have there not been 42 entries? Maybe people left. You got to be here to win this one, by the way, guys. All right, here we go. I'm closing the entries. Last chance. Pick number 1, 10,000. Get it right bottle. I won't charge you $5 per entry. I don't know what that means, RJ. I don't know what that means, buddy. I know you're not on Discord, but I'm not finding you. Oh, sorry. It's like amazing. Just like reading random stuff. All right, closing entries. Boom, entries closed. Who won some of our whiskey and picking the winner right now? Boom, who won? Tiller's Bourbon Challenge won. There you go, Tiller. I think I've got your contact, but if I don't, email me at hello@whiskeywisdom.live. Hello@whiskeywisdom.live. Give me your address. I'm pretty sure that I've got it. So Baker's won the cross. Tiller won the free raffle. And we've got this all, thank you, Hazmat. Appreciate that, buddy. We've got this all boxed up and ready to go. I'm so happy. All right, today in history. Let's do the history. History. There is some tab that I've got open that is just annihilating this computer. All right, 1946. Ooh, why did that not work? There we go. The bikini, man, see, the wife's not here. Now I can't have like a lot of fun with this. The bikini was introduced by French designer Louis Reard, I don't know how to pronounce that, unveils a daring two-piece swimsuit at a popular swimming pool in Paris. Parisian showgirl Micheline Bernardini modeled the new fashion, which he dubbed bikini. It was inspired by a newsmaking U.S. atomic test that took place off Bikini Atoll in the Pacific Ocean earlier that week. So there you go. The atomic test out of Bikini Atoll is the reason why it was called bikini. 1946. There you go. 1994. Princeton graduate and entrepreneur Jeff Bezos founds Cadabra, a twist on the magic word abracadabra, which is initially just an online bookstore run out of his garage in Bellevue, Washington. Hey, Bakers, where's that? Bezos later changes the name to Amazon, and his site grows to become a global retail behemoth and online everything store, earning hundreds of millions in annual sales. Wheel of Names kills our computer every time it opens. Oh. And you know what? I think it's got all the names from the charity thing in it. I bet that's what's going on, Troy. Because I haven't deleted the names of it. 1785, the Continental Congress establishes the dollar as the official currency of the newly established United States, paving the way for a national monetary system. Still waiting for Bitcoin to take over. Where are you, Torapodle? 1976, Maryland, the United States Naval Academy admits women for the first time in its history with the induction of the 81 female midshipmen. In May 1980, Elizabeth Ann Rowe became the first woman member of the class to graduate. 4 years later, Christine Holderdride became the first female midshipman. Troy, you have to tell me what a midshipman is to graduate at the top of her class. By the way, oh no, I think this was a backstage story. Oh man, Troy told the best story ever about street signs. I'm not going to say anything because I think it was a backstage story, but boy, Troy, that was a great fucking story. Y'all should hop on our backstages with open mic. They're always amazing, the stuff that comes out. 1994, I can't believe this, man. I saw this movie in the theater. Forrest Gump opens in the U.S. theaters, a huge box office success. The film starred Tom Hanks in the title role of Forrest, a good-hearted man with a low IQ. It was based on the 1986 novel of the same name by Winston Groom, who, like his main character, grew up in Alabama and served in the Army during Vietnam. What a great movie. Midshipman equals someone who serves midship. Yeah. Thanks, Rusty. Thank you. Taking over White Paper Day. Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin. Jen's just chocolate. That's her comment. All right, cool. Chocolate. Sweet, Jen. 1957. Ever heard of these guys? The Beatles, two Liverpool music-minded teenagers named John Lennon and Paul McCartney meet for the first time in a church auditorium. It would be the start of one of the most fruitful musical partnerships in history. 7 years later, they, along with George Harrison and Ringo Starr, would become the worldwide phenomenon known as the Beatles. 2006, Twitter launches. San Francisco-based podcasting company Odeo officially releases Twitter, later changed to Twitter. The spelling used to be TWTTR. It was initially a short messaging service. All you youngsters in the audience don't know what SMS is. For groups to the public, born as a side project apart from Odeo's main podcasting platform. The free application allowed users to share short status updates with groups of friends by sending one text message to a number 40404 over the next few years. So for those of you guys who don't know, cell phones used to be analog, like back in the day. So if you look at like a sine wave of analog transmissions for radios, if you see like in an oscilloscope, you'll see like peaks and valleys like this. And so there's dead space between the sine wave as it moves. And so what phones did with SMS for texting was they would fill that dead space that was not used with little chunks of data for short messaging service. And that's why it was limited to certain characters. Back in the day, like on cell phones, you could only text like 140 characters. It's because that's how much data could fit between the peak and the valley of the sine wave on the cell phone. I'm sure nobody gives a shit about that, but it's just stuff that I like. Yeah, actually they did, Hazmat. The 850 megahertz towers, you could used to hear the speakers bum, 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 like before a phone call came in. Anyways, so in the so Jack Dorsey, who owned Twitter, he actually released it to his friends, and all of his friends like didn't give a shit about it, and so he put it back, like the whole project, he shelved it and was like, well, nobody gives a shit about Twitter, and didn't do anything with it for years. Kind of like Apple. Apple actually came out with the iPad first, and nobody gave a shit about it, and so they shelved it and came out with the iPhone after they had already created the iPad. And then the iPhone blew up, and then they released the iPad. Same with Twitter. Nobody gave a shit about Twitter. Then he brought it back out later, and then it's now like a gajillion-dollar industry. So there's a podcast called Foundation. If you go to YouTube and type Foundation by Kevin Rose, and he interviewed Jack Dorsey a long time ago, and he talked about the very, very early life of Twitter. It was pretty interesting. Anyways, I'm way off track with that crap. 1945... Where am I at? 1945, 5:29, 45 seconds a.m. The Manhattan Project yields explosive results as the first atom bomb is successfully tested in Alamogordo, New Mexico. Plans for the creation of a uranium bomb by the Allies were established as early as 1939 when Italian, Immiger physicist Enrico Fermi met with U.S. Navy Department officials at Columbia University to discuss the use of fissionable materials for military purposes. That same year, Albert Einstein drafted a letter with the Hungarian-born physicist Leo, Szilard? There's an S and a Z. Szilard, I guess, and sent it to President Franklin Roosevelt, supporting the theory that an uncontrolled nuclear chain reaction had great potential as a basis for a weapon of mass destruction. And that concludes This Week in History, July 12th. I remember those bag phones, Bourbon Nerd. I remember those. I used to build and optimize cellular networks. I was literally the "Can you hear me now" guy pre-SMS. I talked 16,000 minutes per month on my work cell and sent the first SMS in Western Washington. Do you have a giant, enormous tumor on one of your ears, Troy, by any chance? That's actually really cool, Troy. I love talking about like old technology that doesn't exist anymore. Yes, yeah, there you go, Rusty. Packets. What's a Kahoot theme? It is animal superpowers coming up next. Dorsey founder is legit Bitcoiner. He actually is a huge Bitcoiner. There's some stuff I don't like about Dorsey, but that is one thing I like about him. He's definitely a huge Bitcoiner. Man, we should have a Bitcoin conversation one day. People have no idea what they're missing out on. Oh, here we go. Midshipman equals a naval ROTC person, specifically the Naval Academy. Oh. Okay. So, like, because I was in junior ROTC in high school for Army, but like, why? But, okay, I'm confused actually. That's interesting. I don't know. I'll get clarification later, Troy. Is that it? Is that it? Go Braves! Hell yeah, go Braves! Phones had to go in the trunk back then, so big. Yeah, I remember my mom. She had a phone installed in like her Honda Accord, like a 1987 Honda Accord, and they like drilled it in the side with a big old antenna on the back. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Separate state from money. Separate state from money. Let's go. Just like, yeah, my wife was actually showing me an article this morning about how a lot of banks in China just like overnight disappeared and stole a bunch of like people's money in China. And I texted her back and I was like, Bitcoin fixes this. So anyways, all right, there we go. Where are we at? So we did Today in History. It's the Kahoot time. Kahoot game, guys. I'm going to close all these tabs here. Where's my Will and Names tab? Oh, Troy, this has got to be what it is. Oh, it's totally what's going on. Okay, deleted all the names. Let me refresh this. Oh, that was totally what it was, Troy, I think. All right, Kahoot game time. Animal superpowers. We're gonna do the Kahoot. We're gonna do the paid raffle. We're doing 2 paid raffles for Eagle Rare and for the flights. So if you haven't entered and you're interested, $5 super chat gets you in. You either could win an Eagle Rare bottle or you could win a bunch of flights of some stuff. So that'll be cool. And then open mic. All right, let's do the Kahoot game, guys. We are getting close. Closey close. Animal superpowers. Host live. Host live. Classic mode. Is that what I want to do? It is what I want to do. All right, let me go over to the browser. All right, that is the pin. Let me get rid of my ugly mug. I'll just put the website in there just in case. I feel like everybody knows this already, but whatever. Kahoot.it. This is where y'all want to go. Kahoot.it. Let me move this over. Boom. That's where you want to go. Punch in that pin. And let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Barrel Dave in the house. All right. You know what? I didn't do AI music for Kahoot, so that sucks. I may get flagged on it. We'll see. It's worth it. Let's do Kahoot music. Can't do Kahoot without the Kahoot music. All right, we'll give you guys, wow, it just hit midnight. We'll give you guys, it's 12:01 my time. We'll start at 12:03. I don't know if you guys could hear me. We'll start at 12:03. That gives me just enough time to get another Glen. Oh, I can steal my wife's Glen here. Boom. Of this Four Roses OESQ. Barrel strength, single barrel. Such a great bottle. Love me some OESQ, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on Friday. I hope you guys had a good 4th of July. Got to spend some time with your family, whatever you guys did. We had some, our neighborhood actually shoots off fireworks. I know that sounds super bougie, so we don't really have to go anywhere for fireworks. So that was really fun. Got to see some kick-ass fireworks. I wonder if I can show you guys a picture. My wife took like a great picture of the fireworks. Hold on. Let me see. Here it is. She did send a picture. Okay. Dude, y'all's mind. My mind was blown at like how good of a job our neighborhood did. All right, let me figure out how to. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. I don't want to bring up my signal on stream. Let me save this image. Signal. Here it is. All right, I'll go back. Dude, look at this picture. So this is the lake in our neighborhood, and they shoot it on. We have like an island in our lake. I was like, damn. Like I always make fun of. Like Nicole always takes video and pictures of our fireworks in our neighborhood, and I'm like, you're never gonna watch these. Just enjoy it. And she happened to capture like the coolest picture ever. Anyway, so it was like a 30-minute fireworks show. I was really impressed. It was a lot of fun. Got to spend some time with my mom, family. It was good. Hope you guys had a good time too. So we missed y'all last week, but we back. And is it 12:03? It is 12:03. All right, that's it, guys. How many people we got? 22. Animal superpowers. Look, fair warning, by the way, guys. Fair warning. This one's going to be a little bit hard, I feel. I feel like you guys are going to have some difficulty with this one. But good luck. Here we go. Are the bakers in here? Hang on, are the bakers in here? As much crap as they were giving me? They're not, the bakers aren't even in here. Oh my God. Oh, they are in here. There they are. I'm sitting here trying to be like an arrogant asshole. They're just like sitting there already. All right, let's go, guys. Best of luck. 2 ounces of our whiskey, 6 ounces of our whiskey. Let's do it. Animal superpowers. Which animal can change its color to blend in its surroundings? Octopus, cuttlefish, chameleon, all of the above. Oh man, so many people are going to be so bad. So this is a first for WhiskeyWisdom. All of the above. So technically chameleon's correct. It's just not the most correct answer. I promise you I will never do all of the above again. I had to do that and I laughed. And it probably pissed off a lot of guys. 2 people got it right though, so congrats to 2 people. Keith B. and Tiller. All right, let's go. Oh shit. Which animal can survive being frozen solid and then thawed back to life? Tardigrade, Arctic fox, wood frog, emperor penguin. I told y'all this one was going to be hard. Wood frog is correct. Tiller, Rusty, Taylor, Catlove on the board. Wow, and Gandy makes an appearance. Let's go. Which animal has the ability to mimic human speech and other sounds? This one's a little easier. Dolphin, parrot, elephant, crow. By the way, like Kahoot gives you like suggestions for your question, and apparently they think females just talk a lot. So that was their suggestion, not mine. Parrot's correct. Any change? Big change. Taylor moves up. Gandy moves up. Whiskey Bank on the board. Let's go. Which animal can fly backwards? Bat, hummingbird, bumblebee, dragonfly. Hummingbird is correct. Taylor falls off the board. I got faith in you, girl. You can come back. Shadow 51, Tillers, Gandy, third place. No sign of Barrel Dave or the Bakers. Which animal has the ability to see in complete darkness using echolocation? Owl, bat, cat, snake. Bat is correct. Gandy moving up. Whiskey Bank on the board now. Shadow 51 still in first. Which animal can run on water for short distances? Gecko, frog, basilisk, lizard, or the platypus? Which one? The lizard is correct. No change. Which animal has the strongest sense of smell? Dog, elephant, moth, shark. I actually did not know this. I thought I knew it, but I didn't. And then I Googled it to make sure it was correct, and it was correct. Elephant is correct, and only 3 people got that right. I had no idea elephants could smell that well. No change. Nobody got that right, it looks like. Which animal has the ability to use tools? Kangaroo, cat, dog, chimpanzee. Monolith should give y'all a hint. Chimpanzee, everybody got that right. Any change? A little bit of change. Gandy sinks a little bit. You got it, buddy. Which animal has the fastest punch in the animal kingdom? The praying mantis, the mantis shrimp, the kangaroo, or the boxer crab? I didn't know this either. And then I got sent down a rabbit hole of videos watching this thing punch things. The mantis shrimp is correct. Only 5 people got that right. Any change? Big time change. Baker's on the board. Still no sign of Barrel Dave. Gandy hanging on. Congrats, Keith P. First place. What is the top speed a domestic cat can run? 20, 25, 30, 35 miles per hour. I don't know the kilometers per hour equivalent, so sorry, my UK friends. $30 is correct. 7 people got that right. Baker barely hanging on there. Rusty busting in the third. Les B takes first. Which animal can rotate its head 270 degrees without moving its body? Owl, eagle, cat, or frog? Somebody's really thinking. Owl is correct. Any change? No change. Which animal can run up to 60 miles per hour, making it the fastest land animal? The lion, greyhound, antelope, or the cheetah? Almost everybody got that right. Any change? A little bit of change. Baker's back on the board. Gandy back on the board. Rusty still hanging in third. Double points. Here we go. Almost at the end. Which animal can lift objects 50 times its own body weight? Gorilla, ant, elephant, beetle. Is ant an animal or an insect? I feel like that's an insect. I think ChatGPT did me wrong here. I think that's an insect. Ant is correct. Any change? A little bit of change. Gandy, come on, Gandy. Come on, brother. Night Method takes Gandy out. Double points. Which animal has the ability to sleep with one eye open and half of its brain awake? Crocodile, dolphin, bear, or zebra? I didn't know this one either, and I had to Google this one to verify it because I thought it was crazy. Half of its brain awake? Like, what the hell? And apparently the answer is not the only animal that can do this. Yeah, the dolphin is correct. Isn't that nuts? Wow, what a massive change. Holy crap. Gandy in second. Carlos on the board for the first time. I think this is the last question. Is this the last one? Where are we at? 3 players have reached a streak of 4. Is this the last question? Is it? Is it? No, it's not. Which animal has the ability to generate electric shocks up to 600 volts? Garden snake, copperhead, electric eel, or the Waterloo? God, 600 volts? That's crazy. Everybody got that right. Any change? Carlos. How did Carlos get that right and still fell off the board? Night Method, streak of 8. All right, I'm pretty sure this is the last question. Good luck, guys. Happy Friday. Night Method, this is it. Can you hang on? It's between Gandy and Night Method, I guess. I guess Les B, you're in there a little bit too. Whiskey Bank, maybe? Maybe El Jefe? You're about, yeah, you're less than... Yeah, okay. I guess maybe it's anybody's game. Good luck, guys. Last question. Best of luck. Happy Friday. Let's see what happens. No pressure, Gandy. No pressure, buddy. Don't get nervous. You're good, Gandy. You got this, Gandy. I want you to get your finger on the mouse. Get your hard chew sweet mash. Get your Russell, your Rich and Rare Reserve, and your nice glass bottle. Get like a nice reflection from your window ready to go. You got it, Gandy. All right, I'm going to tell you guys right now, whoever said cockroach is wrong. It's the tardigrade, that crazy fucking looking thing. Have you guys seen the tardigrade? Hang on, let me pull this off, just so I don't accidentally somehow show porn. Tardigrade. Yeah, this crazy thing. This thing is like indestructible. It like can't die. So, all right, let's see who won. Where's my Kahoot? Where did it go? This is it. All right, here we go. Let's see who won. Night Method. Gandy in fourth. Jen. SoCal Jen running up in fifth. All right, Night Method. You won Kahoot. Night Method. I might have your email. I feel like you've won something before. I don't know. just going to pin my email at the chat here. Place pin. So Night Method. And anybody who's won tonight, email me there with your address. Don't assume I have your contact. Just shoot me an email. Congrats, Rusty, for being third. Whiskey Bank being second. And SoCal busting up there at 5th place. I'm so impressed. All right. Paid raffle time. Paid raffle time. We're doing 2 of these, by the way. All right. Let me pull in all of the super chats. Bear with me, guys. Okay, what is today? June 13th. Or June, Jesus, July 13th. All right, July 12th. All right, not a lot this time. Not a lot on the wheel. You guys got some good odds here. All right, so we've got, if you guys want to get in, $5 super chat, do it now while I'm typing this out. Chance to win what's scrolling at the bottom or an Eagle Rare bottle. All right, we got Rusty twice. 1, 2. We got Troy 4 times, or 5 times. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, 4 times, excuse me. Mr. Drizzo Jeff twice. Drizzo twice. Tater Dom twice. 1, 2. Carlos twice. By the way, if you guys haven't seen Carlos's video of he and I doing a little bourbon hunt at Turtle Creek, go check it out. If you want to see his perspective, go check out his video. If you want to see my perspective, go check out my video. Love you, Carlos. Had such an amazing time. Sean and Rusty, I wish you guys could have been there. We definitely got to hook up soon again. And Carlos, anytime you're up here, let me know, my friend. It was great meeting you, buddy. Bourbon Syndicate. Oh, this is Rusty again for 2 more. All right, let me add 2 more to Rusty. Rusty. Jeff Drinks is 2. Jeff Drinks. I just saw Walker Hines just came in. Thank you, Walker. I got you, buddy. Bourbon Bitch in for 1. Doc Martinez in for, what does he got? 4. Thank you, Doc. Bourbon Nerd in for 2. Thank you, Bourbon Nerd. Thank you, everybody, by the way, for everybody for donating. Appreciate it. Who else we got? Barrel Dave in for 2. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that, buddy. Barrel Dave, we got to catch up, man. I'll give you a cut off. Shadow 51. Wow. Totally spelled that wrong. Shadow 51. You're in there once. Jen Clifton. I got you, girl. Gandy Road. Got you, buddy. .com. Got you. Hazmat Compton twice. 1, 2. And Walker Hines twice. With no comment. Thank you, Walker Hines. Appreciate it. All right, is that it? Is that everybody? Anybody else? Last chance. I'll give you guys until 12:20. That's 45 seconds. We got to wrap this up, man. It's after midnight. Super chat, $5. Whiskey Wisdom Echoes, 2 ounce, 131.4, 12 year, 1 ounce JD 12, batch 1. Weller Foolproof Store Pick, and a Short Barrel Hazmat 144, or you may win a Eagle Rare bottle. All right, Night Method, I got you, buddy. Oh, I don't know what that means. Do you want me to enter you, or is that just a donation towards shipping? I assume that means you want me to enter you. I'm going to enter you unless you say otherwise. Night Method. Thanks, Night Method. Appreciate it. No Lightning payment yet. Dude, listen, I have a Lightning server, and I'm connected to, like, some of the best nodes ever. So I do actually have a Lightning. Turp Hoddle, I was so fucking pissed because fucking, what is that guy's name who owns Strike? I can't remember his name now. He like went to one of the Bitcoin conferences and he all hyped up like, oh man, I've made this big partnership with NCR and all of the NCR POSs are going to be able to accept Lightning payments. Yeah, Mahlers, Jack Mahlers. They're all going to be able to accept Lightning payments. And this was like 3 years ago. So I like learned how to get all my Lightning nodes up. I got this big Lightning network. I've got probably roughly, well, I don't want to say how much money. I've got a decent amount of Bitcoin in there. And I was waiting to go to Chick-fil-A and pay with my bank from my computer. Like, how cool is that? Like, no bank can shut me down. I was going to go pay. Yeah, I know it's legit, but fucking Jack, like, fucked us over, man. Anyways, I was all waiting to go to Chick-fil-A and buy a chicken sandwich with my Lightning node, and then it just never happened. It never happened. And Jack Mullers will tweet on Twitter, and he's like, oh, check this out. And I'm like, what happened to NCR? And he just, like, never replies. I want that to happen, man. I want it to happen. I love Strike. Strike is awesome. It's the best place to buy. All right, here we go. I think I can pull in. I'm getting rid of the text. Catch his info since too much gov restrictions. I don't know what that means. Nah, catch his info? I don't know what that means, buddy. All right, I'm bringing the wheel in. Boom! Wheel is in. Here we go. So the first spin is going to be for the flight. Y'all tell me how many times do you want me to shuffle? What do you guys think? Give me a number. Somebody give me a number. Whoever gives me a number first, that's how many times I'm shuffling. Whoever's first. 3. All right, Gandy, 3 it is. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is for the flight. Good luck. Oh my God, that was like so close. All right, Walter Hines. All right, let me write this down. So you've got the email. It's pinned to the chat. Let's see, Walker Hines. Congrats, buddy. I don't think you've ever won before, so congrats. Email me at the email pinned to the chat, and I'm going to remove that instance of your donation. And this spin, congrats, Walker Hines, is going to be for the Eagle Rare. Somebody give me a number. First number. That's the number of shuffles. First number that hits the chat. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Holy fuck, Rusty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's do it. I hope this is you, Rusty, because fuck, that's a big-ass number. No fucking way. Here comes the rigged. Here comes the fucking rigged. All right, Troy won the Eagle Rare bottle. Congrats, Troy. Congrats, Bakers. And that's the show, guys. So I will put the, let me get rid of the wheel here. I'm going to put the open mic in the chat. If anybody wants to hop on open mic, we'll go after hours. I really appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks so much. I had a really good time. A little bit rusty coming back. But thank you guys. It was really good talking with Jonathan Harris. I'm really excited to do the new barrel pick. So you guys need to be on the lookout for that. I'm going to put the Zoom link in the chat right there. I'm going to pin it. If you guys want to hop in the Zoom and hang out with us after hours, I'm going to hang out for a little bit here, drink some bourbon, and catch up with everybody. You don't have to have your camera on if you just want to hop in and listen. Just hang out. You're more than welcome to do so. We got some people hopping in already. I'm going to wait just a minute so everybody gets the thing. Looking forward to the bit. Yeah, Gandy, I'm looking forward to the thing too. Give the Eagle Rare to Torup. Wow. Okay. All right. Torup, you need to email me, buddy. I definitely don't have your address. Torup hold. Okay. Torup hold. Hello at WhiskeyWisdom.live. Hello at WhiskeyWisdom.live. Email me there. Hang on. Let me put it in the chat. Torup hold. Oh, do I have your cell number? Is that true? Can you text me, dude? Just to like put your number back at the top of my texts. Just text me again. All right, you have my cell, so Torup hold or Hodl, Jesus, you can reach out to me. All right, that's it, guys. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. We had a really good time. Thanks for sending my wife to jail. I think there were more F's than W's. That's a little disappointing. There you go. Thank you, Torup. I just got your text. If you want to hop in the Zoom chat, I'm about to end. Oh, holy shit. Oh, man, I'm seeing some fucking killer people in the lobby waiting. Haven't seen that person in a minute. Holy shit. Anyways, happy Friday, guys. I'm going to end the stream. Again, Zoom link at the top. If you want to hop on, don't have to have your camera on, hang out with us, and just listen. Lots of crazy shit happens. You may hear one of Troy's Las Vegas stories, which was awesome last time. So I'll send you a Cedar Ridge if I can't get it here. No worries, Turp. You've been the most active in chat tonight. Yeah, I appreciate that, Troy. Good looking out, buddy. And thank you, Turp. I appreciate you hopping in here. That's it, boys. That's it, everybody. Have a good night. Happy Friday. See you guys next week on the next show.